the media escort for Iris and Roy Johansen on their new novel, Silent Thunder. And today we'll be doing several book drop-in signings at Schuler Books and Barnes & Noble. We'll also be stopping at WZZM TV 13 for a Take 5 TV spot. And afterwards we'll be going back to Schuler Books on 28th Street for a big book signing.
We landed in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the halfway point in our tour, ready for another full day. As with the other places we visited, we were teased with glimpses of the city that made us want to see more. The Grand River runs right through the heart of Grand Rapids, providing a beautiful downtown area. That area is also home to the Ford Presidential Library, a popular spot for tourists. But for this trip, we definitely weren't tourists. We visited several bookstores during the day, met with staff, and signed Silent Thunder copies. At many of the stops, I was lucky enough to run into readers of mine who happened to be there. At this store, one young woman pulled out her cell phone and had me say hello to her mother, whom I was told had read all my books. We then visited the WZZM television studios for an afternoon interview, where we spent time in the green room talking to members of a local rock band. That evening, a signing was at the studio of Schuler's Books, a terrific space for live performances and author events. We had another great round of questions, one of which resulted in a lively discussion about who should play Eve Duncan if any of those books of mine were made into a movie. The crowd favorite appeared to be Jodie Foster.
After the public appearance, we were honored to record the first ever audio interview on the Carpe Libris Reviews website. Diane Kidman is a book lover who does a fantastic job with her site, and we are impressed with her insight and her enthusiasm. The next day, we left Grand Rapids for Chicago, which for me was one of the most unforgettable days of the tour. After a fun drop-in at Anderson's bookstore, we got some great news. Silent Thunder had hit the New York Times bestseller list in its first week.
I've received many emails about how much you like my strong women characters. Eve Duncan is a great favorite. I get so many emails about her. Sarah Patrick, Jane McGuire, and I try to make all of my characters strong, independent women who are tested by these adventures and the things that happen to them. All the things that people respond to in all of my other female characters, they'll find that in Hannah Bryson.
Hannah Bryson's definitely cut from the same cloth that my mother's other strong female characters are. I like Hannah quite a bit.
She's very strong, very intelligent. She's family-oriented. She loves her family just as Eve Duncan loves her family.
She's brilliant, obviously, but she has an interesting attitude about her work.
Hannah Bryson also has an unusual talent. She has a photographic memory, which is very important to the story.
Hannah's photographic memory gives us, I think, some of the more interesting scenes in the book, where she has to try and put herself back in the time and place where she happens to see documents or things, see the sights, smell the smells, and that's what enables her to bring up these memories in just amazing, vivid detail.
We also have a very strong male hero, Kirov, who, with his strength and his knowledge, Hannah is going to have to rely on to help her unravel the secrets and the mysteries connected with the sub. However, he has so many secrets of his own that she is going to have to unravel.
Kirov is a fairly ruthless character, but he has a very romantic notion of the sea and of ships, because like many men of the sea, he thinks that ships have a soul, have a personality, which is a feeling that Hannah does not share. She designs these submarines, and she looks at it much more scientifically, much more nuts and bolts. You know, she doesn't prescribe to this notion that they have a soul, have personalities. And we had a lot of fun with this kind of collision of personalities, and I think it gives us a lot of interest and a lot of fun as we move through the story.
I wanted to save this for last because for me, this was the emotional high point of the tour. I had two very special visitors in Grand Rapids. Brandy Hardenberg told me that she was inspired by my book, The Search, which featured canine search and rescue specialist Sarah Patrick and her golden retriever Monty. Brandy was so inspired that she decided to become a search and rescue specialist herself. And here she is with her beautiful golden retriever, which she decided to name Monty. Thank you, Brandy, for giving me the memory of a lifetime.